All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Coming at you with a lesson to the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Lord willing, this lesson may be edifying. I'm going to title this lesson, Setting the Record Straight. Because you got a lot of Israelites out there to think that mixing seed is when you plant a seed into a woman, right, of another nation, that your seed is tainted somehow, which this is not the case biblically, right? So for you to put this picture up and say, do you see why the Bible was against mixing seed? Because the children of, that may come of you through that woman may look like her of another nation, does not make that seed of her race, because that child is still your child to the lineage of you through your seed. Okay? Now, if I'm not mistaken, both of these men, Sammy Sosa and Patrick Mahomes, are Israelites from the tribe of Judah. And even though they dealt with women from another nation, that does not change the lineage of that child. That child, whether they carried on the characteristics of their mother, that child is still what? An Israelite by the seed of his father. Point blank, period. Now, these are facts. Okay? These are facts according to the scriptures. You see? So even though when you look at these children and people might say, these children are of another race. No. By the seed of their father, they are Israelites from whatever respective tribe that they have came from, no matter of what they look like, no matter of their hair texture, any of that. It does not matter. They are Israelites. Okay? They're Israelites. Because truthfully speaking, talking about people getting emotional, truthfully speaking, a man of Israel can deal with any woman of any nation. And what is his child going to turn out to be? Huh? An Israelite. An Israelite. Right? Because it's by the seed of your father. So let's get into some scriptures. Let's get this first. The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together. And on the first day of the second month, they declared their pedigrees, their lineage, after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old upward by their poll. Okay, so this is how, this is how things was represented, or this is how things was understood in the ancient ages of, you were known by the house of whom? Your father, not your mother, which is happening according to in this day of age. But how the Lord have set it up to be, that's still how it is. Whether if the devil Esau Edom changed it, to how he wanted it to be, but he's wrong. Okay, he's wrong. All right, the Bible is the book that is true. The scriptures is what is true, not what the hell Esau Edom is talking about. All right. And for somehow we see this confuses a lot of Israelites. A lot of Israelites get in a bunch because they don't understand this. And this is something very simple, man. This is something very, very simple. All right. So now when we get the number back to what he said, let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, right? Verse 1, it says, and when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, right? Because this is before we're about to get to the land of Canaan, the land that flowed with milk and honey. And Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. And thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Why? Why is it saying that? Well, the scriptures is about to explain it. For they will turn away thy son from following me. This is why. What was the sin of King Solomon? Was the sin of King Solomon dealing with women of other nations? No. It was worshiping the deities of these other nations. It was setting up altars, idolatry, unto the woman and to the deities of the other nations. Not because he dealt with the woman of the other nations. That wasn't his sin. His sin was the worshiping of the gods and setting altars into these different idols of these women of the other nations. That was his sin. Not dealing with women of another nation. Because all the women that he dealt with and the children that even came from the woman whom he dealt with, what were they? What were those children? Israelites. So verse 4 says, why? So for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. This is the sin that Solomon did. This is the sin that Solomon did. Matter of fact, let's get there. Let's find that in the scripture real quick. Solomon. Because y'all got to understand what the sin of Solomon, what he done. And bear with me, because it's all to the spirit. Bear with me. Let's type in sin of Solomon. Oh, come on, man. Let's type in, what is it, 700 wives? Come on, bro. Let's type in 300. Let's see what pops up. Oh, so you want to play games now? Okay. Solomon transgressed. Just bear with me out. It won't even pop it up, man. Okay. We'll do it this way. Oh my goodness, hurt. Okay, so 1 Kings 11. Right? 1 Kings 11, right? So 1 Kings 11 verse 1, it says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them. We already read why. Okay, in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter. Neither shall they come into you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. That's why he was telling us and giving us warning, don't deal with these other women, because what? With these women, they're going to turn your heart away into their deities. People, you have to understand that women, okay, women have power on levels that you cannot think of. Even though the scriptures talk about women being a weaker vessel, bro, the scriptures talk about many have run out of wits for what? Women. Okay, one of the men that was talking messages said, what was strong, wine or women? The point is being made is women was one of them. Women have a power that you have no freaking clue of. This is why have kings have ran out of their wits for women. Let's see if I can pop that up. Salakia. Wits. First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. You don't understand the fucking power that women have. Okay? Women destroy kings. You see? Don't ever underestimate the power of women, of a woman. You can always be on guard. So let's continue. Verse 3 says, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and wives turned every way his heart. Right? It says, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives, what happened? His wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his power, as was the heart of David his father. Right? So what was his what made his heart not perfect with Yahweh our power? That these women turn away his heart after other deities, which what is spiritual fornication, which is idolatry. Not that he had the other women, but it was a warning of don't deal with these other women because this will take place, or this can take place. So for when it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Anamites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after Yahweh as David his father. What else did Solomon do? Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, for the abomination of Moab, and the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he do for all his strange wives, burn incense and sacrifice unto their gods. Do you see what Solomon's sin was? You should be able to understand what Solomon's sin was idolatry. Following after the gods of these other women, setting up places of worship for these other women, not dealing with these other women, but what came with dealing with these other women in his old age. And Yahweh was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from Yahweh, God of Israel, which had appeared unto him. And he commanded him concerning this thing that he should not go after other gods. Look what he said. Don't go after other gods. But he kept not that which Yahweh commanded. So that's really the point that I wanted to touch on that through the Spirit. I'm not even going to pull it up because I got to do too much to get to it. You know, so King Solomon's sin was not that he dealt with the other women from other nations. No, his sin was that he worshipped other gods and he built altars and sacrificed into these deities. That was his sin. So the problem is not that the Israelite man can't deal with the other women. You could deal with the other women. But it's a warning unto us of, look, they'll deal with the other women because dealing with these other women, this can take place. Okay? This can happen. And we've seen it happen with our forefather, King Solomon. So you Jakes be putting that shit out there like this whole, because there's no such thing as a mixed seed. Right? There's no such thing as a mixed race. No, you are who you are by what your father is. Period. So I just want to set the record straight. This should be simple and straight to the point. If you can't get this, I don't know what the hell to tell you. Because it don't make no sense in 2023, so-called, right? People still running around the earth talking about there's a mixed seed, there's a mixed race. No. If your father's an Edomite, you an Edomite. Your father's an Israelite, you an Israelite. Your father's a Moabite, you a Moabite. Your father's an Ammonite, you're an Ammonite. You see? This is simple and it's plain. It's not that hard to figure out, Israel. Stop making things harder than what it need to be. Matter of fact, let's go into, hold on, check this out. Wait a minute. Let's one more scripture. I must bring it out. The book of Matthew 1. Right? Check this out, right? The book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. And Judas begot Pharez and Zerah, Thamar, and Pharez begot Esrom, and Esrom begot Aram, and Aram begot Aminadab, and Aminadab begot Nasan, and Nasan begot Salmon, and Salmon begot Boaz of Rechab. And Boaz begot Obed of Ruth, and Obed begot Jesse. So wait a minute, the lineage should be split up right now. How is this still going to an Israelite lineage leading up to Yahweh Shai to the 14th generation if it's talking about heathen women now? Ruth was a Moabite. So how can it continue to be an Israelite heritage if Ruth was a Moabite? Oh, because she was just a woman of the other nation, because it continues as it says, the father carries that seed, not the woman. All right? Even further down it says, and Jesse begot David, and King David, the king begot Solomon, of her that had been a wife of Urias. And Solomon begot Rehoboam, and Rehoboam begot Abiah, and Abiah begot Asa. So Solomon, he begot Rehoboam of who? An Israelite woman? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought so. So stop it. Stop that madness. The Israelite man can deal with any woman of any nation, because the seed that's going to come out that woman will be an Israelite, point blank, period. Setting the record straight. If you don't understand, that's on you. Take it up with the Lord. Shalom.